your life again.
A new twist in a decades-old murder case. Welcome to the Now Arizona. I'm Faye Fredericks.
And I'm Katie Rammel. Right now, this man, Brian Miller, is behind bars. He's accused of being the notorious Phoenix Canal Killer. And tonight, police are telling us another victim may have died at his hands.
Miller is accused of murdering these two young women. It happened in the early 90s and dumping their bodies in a Phoenix canal. Now, this third girl's disappearance is being investigated for links to Miller. Here's a map of where the first two bodies were found. ABC15's Angie Cayley is near that area. And Angie, why do investigators think this third girl is also his victim?
Well, Faye, there are a lot of similarities in all of these cases. The girl we're talking about right now, her name is Brandy Meyer. She was last seen here at this corner in Sunny Slope. This is the corner of Hatcher and 10th Street. She was going door to door fundraising for her school, and police say Miller lived right in this area. So police are now putting up this flyer, hoping to get some new clues. Here's a closer look at what Brandy's pictures look like. She was just 13 years old when she disappeared back in 1992. That's the same year Angela Brasso was found dead, and it's the year before Melanie Burness was killed. When Brian Miller was arrested, police started looking at other unsolved cases. That's when they dusted off the Myers case. Police are so confident there's a connection, they submitted a first-degree murder case review to the county attorney 3 months ago. It's the prosecutor's office that isn't ready to move.
You know, our threshold is probable cause. Their threshold is beyond a reasonable doubt for conviction. And so certainly we know that we have different means that we're trying to reach here. And so finding the ground in that supports both is what we're really looking for.
So the county attorney told us they were requesting additional information. So far, Brian Miller charged in 2 murders being strongly considered and looked at for the Brandy Myers case. That's the one where she went missing in this area. And police, we just found out today, are eyeing him for a 4th homicide. We'll have that story coming up at 5.
A lot of developments in the case, Angie. Thanks. Just into the ABC15 newsroom, a jury decides the fate of the man found guilty of killing a Phoenix police officer. Danny Martinez killed Officer Travis Murphy in 2010. The question now, will he get the death penalty? The jury reaching a verdict less than an hour ago. It's scheduled to be read tomorrow morning at 10:30. We will, of course, have that for you.
Happening right now in Flagstaff, about 1,900 APS customers are without power. This is because of a downed power pole in northeastern Arizona. Crews are now fixing the pole.
All right, now to your most accurate forecast. And Amber, I am not embarrassed to say I had the heater on in my car this morning. I had it on in the afternoon. I mean, temperatures are really chilly out there, right? We're in the low 60s. Mesa, Chandler, Glendale, and Goodyear all right around the low to mid 60s after early morning lows in the 30s in a lot of these spots. And tonight it's going to be another chilly one. Mesa down to 42, Chandler at 40, Glendale at 44 for that early morning low, with Goodyear at 41 degrees. Here's how it'll play out this evening. Temperatures in the 50s at 6 o'clock, 57 degrees, and down into the low 50s as we stay clear and dry by 9 o'clock tonight. So here's what you need to know. Another chilly night ahead. High pressure is building in, though, and that is going to work to keep things sunny, dry, and it'll be warming up our forecast, too. We'll take a look at how far temperatures will climb by this weekend, coming up in just minutes.
Caught in the act, Tempe police busting a would-be robber. They say he was trying to break into a home near the US 60 in Rural. This is the guy they were looking for. We're told he was quickly taken into custody. Also in Tempe, an alleged flasher busted. Detectives say 32-year-old Francisco Chavez is accused of exposing himself to kids last week near a school. The Tempe Police Department says more than 24 tips came in after posting this video of a suspicious vehicle. Those tips pointing to Chavez. He's now behind bars, facing 2 counts of public sexual indecency. The latest incident was at a school near Price and Southern.
Happening now, authorities in Germany evacuating a stadium and canceling a soccer match after threats of more terror attacks. That match was supposed to be between Germany and the Netherlands. German Chancellor Angela Merkel had been scheduled to attend. A second stadium in that same city, scheduled to hold a concert, also evacuated. As you can imagine, law enforcement on high alert. Now, meanwhile, the brother of the man police are looking for in the Paris terror attacks is calling on him to turn himself in. This comes as investigators name yet another suspect. Police searching this hotel today where some of the terrorists stayed before the attacks. They found things that may have been used to make the suicide vest. 115,000 law enforcement enforcement personnel have now been mobilized across Paris, executing more than 100 raids. We're also learning the man suspected of plotting the terror attack in Paris was himself the target of airstrikes in Syria as recently as last month. That's according to the New York Times. Now, meantime, French jets continue to bomb Raqqa, the Syrian town controlled by ISIS. Also breaking today, Russian jets unleashing their own attack on that town. Russia now confirming it was a bomb that brought down a Russian jetliner last month. So here's the area we're talking about. Raqqa is in northern Syria. It's between Turkey and Iraq, about 7,000 miles from the United States.
Well, the number of states